Hello, welcome back. Last time I had an adventure in the North Rudo Mountains, and my save file says 13 now. Maybe that's just counting deaths, and not game overs or saves. That's probably what's happening. Because yeah, I did die 4 times last time, didn't I? Anyway, okay, cool. So, I have a fairy spell, in heavy quotes. And let's see. Let's just check graveyard right. So Moas are here. They're kind of nasty, but I have downstab now, which neutralizes them partially. I don't know if I want to explore the whole... Whoa, I entered from the right. This is King's Tomb. It's solid. Whoa, is this a cipher? It sure has the look of one. 4 long words. Yeah, 4 letters is long. 4 letters that are 4 words that are 4 letters or more is not enough to solve a cipher on its own. I noticed that words 2 and 4 end with... No, they don't end with the same 3 letters. The last letter and the third from last letter are the same, but the second last are not. The second letter in the third word is almost definitely a vowel. It looks like an A. That says something like garage, is what I feel like I'm seeing. That would fit the pattern. Actually, it would not. That has 2 G's, and the first and fifth letters are not the same. Okay, karate is what it says then. Anyway, there might be a cipher. That's fun. There's an example of it. I'll check for others. So south of King's Tomb is a something normally. I think I just erased it by entering that encounter. Let's see, can I get you close enough to me for that? I don't think so. Well, I can make you do that and get, like, really in my way. Alright, whatever, it's fine. If I had the upstab, Loas would be a bit easier. I want to look at some of these tipped over gravestones. Doesn't seem like any of them are of note. Yet. I should have cast life before picking that up. Yeah, I'm getting all the encounters, it's fine. Moa, so hard to fight. And they stick to me in screen space and it's weird. Okay, so... Graveyard's a little bit flooded here, but that does not... Yeah, you're incredibly suspicious. I think that's going to be a water walking spot, which connects to another one that I spotted. Okay, so while I could explore this and let's learn at least... So, traditionally, this screen has a left exit that I can use if I don't have the fairy spell. It does look like this doesn't take the traditional fairy spell. Yeah, alright, so that's rearranged. I might need the chicken spell. But anyway, there's no cliff to climb here. There was a cliff to climb somewhere, though. So I wonder if I still will get some form of flight, just not the traditional one. Anyway, but first what I want to do is explore Death Mountain. And I guess I should be healing. So I'll let that work on itself while I go in here. Do I want to do this backward? No, I want to do it forward. So that means I should take the subway to ZALiA. I don't really mind the graveyard encounter, but I do acknowledge that it's pretty deadly. I guess I'm going to a town so I can get all my healing on there, but you know what? For whatever reason, I have an impulse not to do that. Well, I'll talk to who I run into on the way to the subway station, which will be everybody, so that's fine. I don't need to disadvantage myself for no reason. But for some reason I am tempted. Alright, so, subway station to ZALiA, then I'm gonna take alternate route through... What did I need in the volcano? What I understood at the time to be the fairy spell is what I put in my notes. But I understood it as the fairy spell, not the chicken spell. Is this the way to ZALiA? No, that's gonna be, right? That's Sararu. To ZALiA, there we go. Right. That's the one with the bridge over water. I wonder if that's gonna mean something someday. Okay, so... if I just take the traditional route through Death Mountain, that won't necessarily get me everywhere in it, because I think there are some places in between that I still will want to go. Chicken will not help me get through vines here. I have to wait for fire, I'm pretty sure. There were no small gaps in that I saw. And I'm not checking again here. Alright, so bridge is an event. I've done the thing on the bottom of it. So that part of the event is over already. Don't need... I suppose I'll just take my normal route through Death Mountain now and then figure out what parts I haven't seen afterwards. Because this is a way that I know is largely unexplored. Yeah, okay. So 2 normal trips and then 1 cleanup pass, I guess, is about how I'm gonna handle this. Just note where the branching paths are. Yeah, okay, so note the first branching path here that leads... I forgot to do the thing, and timing is all messed up. Alright, you, do that. I'm never gonna remember to do that ahead of time. It helps. It doesn't fix, but it helps. I don't know why. Computers are mysterious devices. So that took me out here. There was an elevator, though. Okay. So that's a branch. And this branches twice again. Well, once, I guess. Alright, you! Quit that! Your presence is a little more imposing than I was acknowledging. Let's try left here. Alright, I went down the elevator and I went left. That led me here where I've already been. I came in this way on the way to the volcano, and I went out that way on the way to the volcano. And there may not have been any other branches. But there also may have been. Okay. I think I'm keeping track. Secretly, Death Mountain's more linear than it seems. There are a few branches, but not as many as it feels like there are. And they all join up in ways that are pretty clear. So I roughly know where I am. Center cave in this funny shape. I'm gonna go what I would understand to be backward here. This will go back toward the beginning on my traditional route. Sure, I'll take that after healing. Right, okay, so I would have come in from this way. Let's do that just for completeness. This will not quite link up with the elevator cave, but the next one will. I think. This ends right about here, I think, maybe? Yes, okay, so elevator cave is here. Just to verify, that's the elevator I took. Okay. So turning back around. I think I'm keeping track of everything. Everybody here stayed dead. Imagine such a concept. I came from there a moment ago. That does lead to a place... Whoa, look at this little thing south of me. That's new. That little 2x2 with caves on either side, that's not normally there. Okay, so I have clearly in mind the place I have not been yet. Alright, this is the funny little 2x2 that I'm fairly certain doesn't normally exist. Yeah, okay, so this is the Red Diener cave that I would normally do from the other side. Yeah? Red Diener, no, that's a potion, aha! instead of what's normally there. So magic fragment. So that's 2 out of 3. Neat. Now I'm here. There's a little isolated spot with forest. Oh, I suppose maybe, I think that is in the original. I suppose the purpose of the spot with the forest could be if you really want to desperately farm for a fairy while you're in the middle of this process. Because that's a place where overworld encounters could happen. I am just not nailing my Diener timing. Part of it might be that the widescreen mode messes with the timing such that his axe lands where I am rather than... Okay, I see where I want to be. This is fine. Alright, I'm just on the normal route now. I'll do a third pass and I know how to get the places I want to be. Alright, whatever. I'll do that. There we go, that one worked. Yep, well. That bit gets to live. That's better. That's how that's supposed to go. Nice. Don't need you, so you can just stay right there. Okay, and I'm here. I wanted to investigate this one. It's different. But despite being different, I don't think it actually behaves any differently. I can stand on these, that's fun. I stab the... Oh! Oh, 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 oh! Oh, 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 oh! I sniffed something out! Yo! It's a secret slime, and it's a serious one. Little details matter! Alright, so my secret slime count, whatever that does, is up to 4 now. Okay! Neat. I'm glad that was actually something. The thing is not different for no reason. There was gonna be a reason. Okay, so... I kind of want to start over from the beginning. I guess that's not necessary. I can traverse this backwards. I think that makes maybe the most sense. Yeah, alright, let's do it that way. Suppose I might as well heal, and I might as well protect in case I take more damage here, and I might as well light it up so I can see. Oops, I missed, and I was too far away. Right, so remember to light it. Gotta do it manually on my current settings, and that's the way I like them. Speaking of which, okay, since I'm here, there is one more audio set that I just have not tried really at all. This one, which sounded really weird. But let's see what it's actually like. Like, what is this? Wait, this is the Dark World. Like Dark World Forest and Mountain. That's not the right song! I mean, it's good, it's just not the right one. Okay. Oh, and it keeps it here. Right. Or, now hold on, Dark World Mountain, I'm on Death Mountain. Maybe that's why, here, does this get its own track in the alternate soundtracks. Well, so here's a question. If I switch to a different one... Yeah, okay. Does everything except... Interesting. Okay, so let's just figure out what these are. So there's the original one, which is just the original one. There's the Japanese version of the original one. There's original one in stereo. There's Zelda 1, which maps in some way that's unknown. Alright, so Isabelle chiming. I don't know, is it? is this style with the Dark World music here. Steel Crescent, Dark World music, Steel Crescent Alt, Steel Crescent NES Plus. So all of these are like... And then Wing is the same thing again. Okay, so basically there's the NES set, the weird outlier that is this one, and the enhanced set, which is just different styles but the same set of songs, maybe? Alright, well, this is fine. I don't know if I should settle on one of these soundtracks and stop messing with it, but it's kind of fun to just mess with it on occasion. Let's change the radio station. Oops. How long until... No. Alright, so the branch I want to take is this one. Well, almost. It's after this. There's an unexplored cave southwest of where I'll come out here. Okay, problem with this is I'm just hearing one track and not the rest of this whole set. Yeah, where do all of those go? Hello, Dark Daira. That's right, there's something funny about... I attempted a Death Mountain No Candle run a little while ago in the actual game. And... Orange Daira in darkness actually shines like there's no dark sprite for it. The game just doesn't anticipate that you would actually try and do such a silly thing as Death Mountain No Candle. Yeah, I was here. This leads to Volcano. This leads to the little isolated spot. And that feels like it's gonna have something in it. And then that's gonna be the whole thing. There's an elevator here though, which is weird. Okay, so if I don't elevate... I'm in the secret spot. There is something. It's a ferry. Okay. Let's jump. Can't jump that high. That's one too high. I'm trying to get a good running jump. Surprisingly hard to do in this game in this sort of space. But yeah. Okay. No going higher here. Just a little ferry refill. Yeah, so an actual ferry given so you don't have to farm for a ferry encounter. Okay. No, was there not an elevator I bypassed? This should take me somewhere familiar. Okay, yes, so I know where I am. How would I like to escape? Well, I suppose I'll backtrack to ZALiA? Or would it be quicker to go forward to the back exit? No, backtracking to ZALiA is probably the way. Okay, so that was a fun little adventure. Alright, I will work my way to Palace 3 once I'm out of here. I think I have a pretty good map of this place. And there is the volcano to come back to when I have some form of flight, I think? Actually, I'm not so sure about that. I wasn't very detailed in my notes about why I wanted such a thing. Alright, Skug, I would like to hear you in town. I've already heard the combat scene music when I changed you while I was in one of those. But yeah, just town, and there aren't actually a lot of tracks in this game. I do want to see if the overworld music changes back to normal overworld once I'm out of here. Probably other side of this bridge. Yeah, so here we get combat music. That's super neat. Okay, I'm glad I happened to mess with the music in that spot to understand there was a mountain song. And yeah, there's the overworld. What is with this instrumentation? Like, what is this? I don't know what it's supposed to be. Anyway, I get the idea. But I kind of like the expanded ones, so the reason I don't currently want to go back to this is because the other soundtracks have extra bonus tracks in them. And I think of the bonus ones, The one that agreed with me the most was Isabel chiming. So okay, let's go with this until I get tired of it again. Alright, so from here I can subway to Mido, go to the graveyard, and journey toward Dungeon 3. No, 4. No, 3. What's the number? Island Palace is number 3, yes. 4 is the maze dungeon, or whatever. I'll refill that little extra tiny bit of my magic. And yeah, Subway Station... Yeah, this sounds nothing like the NES version of this. It's just a completely unrelated thing. Okay, cool. So I can exit this way, that's fine. Alright, south of King's Tomb is the palace, says Error of Rudo. And he knows that he's talking about... Boy, those things are hard to hit! Oh, they don't... Wait. Okay, they steal experience instantly, you don't hear it ticking down, it just happens. Alright, I'm gonna reset encounters just because these are kind of a big pain. That's how I used to do it back in the day. Stick to the path, avoid the graveyard. Alright, heal now. There may be a red jar at the start of the palace. Or it may be an iron knuckle. This cave is expanded. Naturally. Alright, that's a jump I think I actually cannot do. Oh, this is a chicken screen. So while I could jump, what I want is fairy. Yeah, so there's still gonna be a fairy check in here. Oh, shoot. No, of course, that doesn't give me enough jump. I need jump and fairy. Okay. Well, let's refill magic and come back. You wanna drop me a red jar? That'd be nice. Alright, yeah. So there had to be a fairy check in there, and I wasn't sure what form it would take. Is there a, Oh, yes, there is. Check this out. There's a secret spot in the graveyard that has a red jar. It's like, here? Well, it wasn't there. Oh, I'll take blue. That'll get me there eventually, maybe. Can I find this secret? It's like just west of King's Tomb and south a little bit. I'm not making this up. It's a real thing, right? He says with such confidence. Is it one of those sandy tiles? I mean, it could have moved around. I think it was just 1 or 2 tiles west in the normal map. It's neither of those. I'm not making this up, right? There's a red jar hiding in the graveyard somewhere. At this point, though, I should probably just go back to Mido. Yeah, alright, that's the sensible thing. I think there's a red jar in the real game, somewhere in here. But it might not be in this version, or I might just not know where to find it. Hurting a bit, that's okay, I don't mind. I'll survive. Right, so up north of here is a mysterious empty house and sheer cliff. Let's check back in there just in case, like, rescuing the fairy did something, or I have a new idea there. Maybe I need to come there with the cross, or maybe I'll get a key that unlocks locked doors or something. Yeah. Bit and bot in front. Cliff too high to jump. Same shape as the one with the fairy in the mountain. And seemingly abandoned house. Don't know what's up with that yet. Okay. Just for convenience and to preserve my stats, because I do need a bunch of magic for this. Alright, they flew nicely. Friendly to me. Maybe the red jar spot is actually east of the thing. Or maybe I am making it up. Maybe I'm thinking of somewhere else in the world. There are a bunch of little secrets like that that you just never know about in this game if you don't happen upon them. Okay, so yeah, jump spell clearly not enough, but if I jump and fairy, I'm a jumpy chicken. Very easy to startle, and I can just barely glide across there, and it feels kind of bad. Peck! My beak is on fire, but that's a good thing somehow. And this is the way back if you want to do that. I don't think there's anything else to see, but I should check. Does not appear to be, but I've seen the whole room now. Ooh, those respawned just by me walking away. I think that's normal, yeah. Chickens cannot down stab. They can duck stab. Can they? I can't actually tell if that's any different. I think that's the same. But I can duck and then peck. Ah. Yes, I would like that, thank you. Okay. I'm not bothering to really fight Goria properly. If I put in some more effort, I probably could. I'm just not doing it. They're still pretty wily. I can't reliably fight one of those without ever taking a hit. But I could take fewer hits than I am taking. Whoa. Excuse me, what? This is not normal dungeon music. Like, that's what I would expect. Wait, is it going to be eventually? I think this soundtrack might have, like, its own... No, there it goes. It just had a really weird intro that did not sound like I expected. Okay. Once again, suspicious of whether I can go on top somehow. Right, remember. Island Palace. That is the map. I don't know how much of this I'm doing today. Probably not the whole thing. Honestly, well, I don't know. Let's see what happens here. I do appreciate you can see the Stelphos hanging from the ceiling before they actually come down. I think one of those has some goodies in it somewhere in a room that looks like this. I don't think it's that room, though. Well, if the Island Palace is as straightforward as the old one... Like the Midoro Palace was not expanded that much. This might not take too much time. Let's just see. Rabanak is the boss, who is always kind of a thing to fight, but I'm severely over-leveled, so it won't be an issue. Yeah, like 556, what even is that? Those numbers are fake. Alright, Doomknocker, you are, you have quite the range. Let's see, how do I want to deal with you? This is one way. Yeah, that mostly worked. Could have been better, but good enough. About to level up magic, it looks like. Yep. Yep. Well, you're inconveniently positioned. Let's see if I can nail this jump. Good enough. I would not call that nailing, but I did the jump. Good enough. This seems unchanged from the original so far. Right, remember those fires hurt a lot. I will take magic up. If I had thought ahead, I would have cast heal first. I didn't think ahead, though. That's okay. I find myself suspicious. But there doesn't appear to be anything to be found there. Keep your fire to yourself. I can jump both at once, but it's a little dicey. Ooh, one hit on a red armored Stelphos. Good grief. This... seems right, yeah. The raft is this way, I think? I always forget when I get to this branch what's where. Actually, no. Isn't there just a key to the left? Hold on. Okay, it's easy to mix up my dungeons because some parts of them look very samey. This monster is a bit more of a nightmare in widescreen. More screen space is the last thing you needed. Okay, right, so it's that, and I have 1 keys, so I could continue. But I think the raft might be this way. Gonna be real, I don't actually remember. Even in the middle of a speed run, when I have my route in mind, I still have to look at my notes to know which branch to take in which dungeon when. Things just aren't distinctive enough for me to know which way to go at all times. Could you walk to the right? I guess you can walk to the left. That'll work if you keep doing it. I guess I'm waiting. There. What's this room? This is new. Elevator up? Okay, this is definitely new. Whoa! Okay, so here's secret slime and some, wait a second. I think I see what's going on here. You're not vulnerable until I go way up high. I really need to do a death from above on you. Game's doing that timing thing again. Nothing I can do about it. Just gotta ignore. Someday I'll end up getting a new computer. Or like replacing whatever component in this one is faulty. And that problem will theoretically go away. It just hasn't happened yet. I don't like where the Mew is. That's preferable. Okay. So first of all, what's left of here? I'd like to know that before I... Where am I? Well, there's a way to answer that question. Okay, well, that's where I am. Blue Iron Knuckle. Oh, here's the raft. Okay, cool. It's outdoors. Alright, you. Rumor has it you only start your barrage after you take a hit. That's something I never caught on to before, but yeah, that does seem accurate. So hit you once, then expect an aggressive response. I really should have protected it earlier. I still haven't. There we go. I mean, I can still fight you during the barrage, and it's not that bad. I like how the bricks are kind of ruined a little bit out here. Oh, that means something. Oh yeah, I see this clearly. This is a chicken tunnel. Still gotta come back and stab that thing from above. Alright, and hopefully it'll be nice and I won't have to cast chicken on the way out. Oh, it pops me out on top, that's very funny. Ah, I wanted to stab the Moa, but I missed. That's fine. Yep. Yep. Alright. You, please get out of the way. That's adequate. Death from above! That was neat. 90 experience. What a number. So if that's the raft and all the secrets, what's this? A refill. Nice. Okay. So map currently looks like that. Great. Alright, so it should just mostly be path to the boss. That worked. Gotta get back through this hazard, though. I suppose Fairy still does help with screens like this by giving me a glide. And, okay, I feel the need to find something out. I'll do it in the safe way. First break that. Can my beak break blocks? No! You can't wear a glove on your beak. It wouldn't fit. Okay, so same limitation. Can't break blocks after casting Fairy. But for a different reason. Okay, you quit that. Ding ding, ding ding, ding ding. Right. So this room. Is it not? I guess I need the upstab to get in there? Which I do not have and cannot have at this point. I thought there was a, I thought there was a way to hit those without having to have it, but maybe not. Yeah, I don't think I have another way there. So why would I come back here after having upward stab specifically for that pea bag? That's a very strange, suspicious setup. Enough so I'm gonna put it in my notes and do that specifically. Because yeah, I don't know why else this would be here. Maybe that's like a 2000 pea bag or something. Gonna have to find out. There'll be a key this way, I think? Or is it just a bag? It's one of the two. It's gotta be a key, yeah. Oops. Just make a proper stairway. It's just a good idea. It pays for itself. And I better check. The map does not say there's a dead end there because I haven't seen it yet. And there was a bag. Okay. Gonna be a slightly wasteful crystal set again, but that's the way I like them actually, as it turns out. I have too many levels already. I suppose I would like to get to 888 by the end of the game, just to make sure, and like get one extra after that, to see what it does, because the extra life system is so different. It makes me wonder. That pea bag up there is to bait you into casting Jump, so that you have it for the Doomknocker fight that's on the right side of this room. And that makes it way harder than it would be otherwise. But I know the trick ahead of time, so that's the order to do things. This will do literally nothing. I'm doing it though, just to have picked it up. Is this the room that has a red thing in it somewhere? Probably not. There's one that looks like this that does, but I don't know which one it is. Alright, this section, right. Will this give me a reason to go on the bottom? If there's a pea bag down there, I'm gonna take it. There is. I'm gonna take it. I insist. Full completion. Again, it will do nothing. I'm not gonna level up before setting the crystal. Too bad. We're doing this anyway. I suppose with this many iron knuckles, it would be prudent to cast Protect. And yeah, can't break blocks above me. As far as I know, I don't think there's a way... Except there is. If it's too tall, I can do it. Well, now hang on. Can I do that trickery in a 3 tall spot? Yeah, you still don't know how to use your shield. Jumping does make a difference there. So if I can hit that ceiling... I just couldn't do it in the other spot. Boy, you went down easy. Good grief. It's not that far back. I'm gonna try again and see if I can find a timing that lets me break those blocks. Nah, I really don't think there is. I'm not allowed to hit the ceiling if I jump from here. Like, here I am. But there's... I need to bring a step stool here to be able to do it in that spot. Other possibility is like there's a non-solid wall up here or something. Alright, well, I guess I'm coming back to that with upward stab someday. Now hold up, I had an idea. First of all, I should at least investigate this theory. It does appear that there's no secret in the wall there. But casting the jump spell will change my jump arc. Does that let me hit the thing? There we go. Alright, so jump puts my head in the ceiling in a way that lets me hit that. Okay, cool. I learned something. Is it useful? Right here in this spot it is. Ooh, only occasionally. It's like... it's really weird about it. But okay, so jump spell puts my head in the ceiling at a time that lets me actually stab it without having upstab. Neat! Okay, so back in this room. The 2 iron knuckles I killed stayed dead, the one I have not stayed alive. He didn't meet with a mishap in the time I was out. I brought the mishap. Alright, Rebenak, let's fight. Oh, I can see you. That's nice. And you actually close the doors. Oh, this will be a huge improvement? Maybe. I mean, it's nice to at least be able to see you before you charge. Will this keep you in the room with me so you don't just run off the screen and get lost? Right, I need different timing so I can actually get my stab in on your head, not on your little mechanical horse there. It's trying to get like 2 hits in. Let's try that harder actually. I wonder, I've never actually tried this technique before, because I've never been able to see him charging so far ahead of time. But I wonder, can I hit twice like that if I do it right? Alright, let's have a proper duel here. Now, are you still going to cheat through the door? No, okay. Well, that makes that so much friendlier. Good grief. Okay. Cool. And the doors are gone. And the camera is doing its thing. The thing that it does. Alright, I get 146 experience. Sorry, 246. Works for me. Before I leave this dungeon, let's check something. 5, 6, 7, good grief, at the end of dungeon 3? What am I even doing? Okay, no conspicuous unexplored paths there. And yet the dungeon's not gonna petrify, because I think they just don't do that at all here. Okay. And oh, because of the save system, I can't just quit and save here wherever I want. I do have to do the return trip for that. This is a place where that matters. Neat. I remember back in the day, long ago when I played this game, as a youngster, I would always save and quit after Palace 3 instead of doing the return trip. But yeah, here, I guess if you don't have, right, you got jump and fairy. I guess if you don't have the magic to cast this, you go back to the palace to get it out of the statue. I feel so slow doing this. Like, this glide feels like it should be going faster. It's going at my normal walking speed, which admittedly is actually pretty slow. But just something about that feels like it should be able to accelerate more. But it makes sense that it doesn't. Alright. Back to Mido with a save. Now I have a raft, and that's not the dock I'm going to be using next time. There's another one I have in mind. So, exploring to the north. Next time. I'll see you then.